What's up, Fonto Family? Back at it again with another video. We finna do some reactions, and if y'all see my last video, you feel me, y'all seen me roll up the little swaggin' mile off the little broke down backyard back pieces that you leave off a blunt, you feel me, and you gotta put it together to create something new. Yeah, no. But like, share, comment, and subscribe on this video too. Like I said, you finna get into some more reactions. It's crazy, but I mean, it's understandable because they talk about it in movies, but at the same time, you're like, does this actually happen? And it actually does. So let's get into the video.
Criminals often use many violent and dangerous methods to try and escape police custody. But what happens when suspects try to seduce and flirt with cops to avoid a jail sentence?
I'm good, bro. Check me. I don't care. I like men. Come on, just search.
Here are 7 examples of when suspects try to seduce cops, starting with arguably the most shocking. A 19-year-old girl was seen weaving between lanes and throwing unknown items out of the window. Officers immediately thought this was suspicious and pulled her over for a chat.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, sorry. What's up?
You said you were coming from Dancers?
The driver states that she's a stripper at a bar called Dancers, and that she was texting her boyfriend who was home with her kids. However, the officers noticed something off about the driver. Her speech was slightly slurred and her eyes were glazed over. There's a good chance this girl's been drinking.
What time did you get off at Dancers?
11.
11?
It's an hour and a half away.
You got off at 11? It's 10:23 right now.
Really? Oh.
Did you have anything to drink?
No, I'm 19.
You're 19?
I cannot drink at the strip club, nothing.
Nothing?
Driving to the strip club that's an hour and a half away.
Don't get on my eyelashes, bro.
The light will hurt your eyelashes?
No, but they falling off.
From the light?
Despite the girl's claims, the officers are fairly sure she's had at least something to drink last night, especially when she seems to forget the time completely. So they ask her to step out of the vehicle and perform a few sobriety tests.
Well, hold on. We're gonna start 10 o'clock. We're gonna start right here. Alright? Do you wear any glasses or contacts?
I do.
You do? Are you wearing contacts right now?
No.
No?
I'm
Okay. You're gonna,
Let's just walk in the straight line and I'll be good.
Well, that's not even, I haven't even told you the exercise that I'm doing yet, so you gotta.
I'm cold.
Okay. I mean, just give me 10 minutes of your time.
Okay.
Okay?
We're fine. Come on in the straight line. We're going to do cop from.
Hold on. I didn't tell you that's what we're gonna do yet.
I know, but I know how the police is.
Despite her enthusiasm to begin the tests, she doesn't exactly pass them with flying colors. And after losing her balance on the final test, she's placed under arrest by the officers. But that's not where the story ends for her. On the way back to the patrol vehicle, she mentions that there are in fact weapons in her car, and her behavior starts to change drastically.
Y'all can check me. I don't care if y'all are male, bro.
We got plenty of female officers around to do that.
I'm good, bro. Check me. I don't care. I'm giving authorization to you.
I'm not gonna search you.
Why not? I give you authorization too.
Well, I'm not gonna do that.
Bro, I like men. Come on, just search me.
While the cops maintained that they couldn't search her, they did take the time to search her vehicle. Inside, they found multiple guns, a large stack of cash, though it was decided this was likely just tips from the bar. However, she was still charged with DUI and sentenced to 9 months probation, despite also being underage. It was fairly difficult for the cops to judge if this girl was drunk or not. However, this next girl didn't show the same amount of class, instead resorting to manipulate and trick the cop into letting her go.
Hello, how you doing? Officer, how to New Mexico State Police, using for the stop. You're going 55 back there on MLK.
5?
Yeah, 55. I was right behind you the whole time and you just
Honestly,
booked it.
I had a bad night. The girls that I thought that were my friends are not my friends.
I'm sorry to hear that. Where are you coming from?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Knockouts?
This girl doesn't seem to be having the best night, but that still doesn't explain why she was driving 25 miles an hour over the speed limit on a residential road. She also mentions that she came from a place called Knockouts, a gentleman's club, that could explain the sparkly outfit and why she was driving so erratically.
Okay. You have your license?
Like, you're gonna tell me you're my friend and do some bullshit.
Yeah.
Here's my registration. I have
Do you have a jacket or something that you could put on?
what?
Do you have a jacket or anything?
A jacket?
Yeah, like in the car?
No, why?
Because I'm gonna ask you to step out. That way we can talk out here.
I don't have anything.
The girl seems to be upset about a disagreement with her friends back at the bar, but this officer isn't buying it. There's many examples of suspects pretending to be sad or distressed during a traffic stop to try and get sympathy from the cops and walk away with a lighter sentence. This can work in some circumstances, but it doesn't excuse driving at almost twice the speed limit. But this doesn't stop the girl from trying after she steps out of the car.
Okay.
Here's my registration, and I can give you my progressive. It just sucks. Like,
Yeah.
a bitch
Here, let me.
tells me that she's my friend and she's not.
Okay. All right. Let's just go back over here.
I'm moving next weekend, and my friend said that she's my friend, but she's not.
Yeah. Could you stand up straight?
Yeah.
All right. So how much alcohol are you
Yeah,
consuming?
can you tell me
No,
the
I
truth?
haven't.
Nothing.
I smoke weed. I have my medical card if you want to see it. I have that. But I've been smoking because I'm mad.
Yeah, you're mad.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
all the friends.
Here, just try to calm down a little bit. So you say that you haven't consumed no alcohol. Just be honest with me. How much alcohol?
Work at knockouts. Honestly, the way I feel because the girl, she went behind my back and shit. You know what I mean?
No matter how hard the cop tries to keep the girl on topic, she keeps breaking down and talking about her friendship issues. After some more pressing by the officer, she admits to smoking marijuana and alcohol back at the club. But she keeps trying to excuse it by saying she's having a rough night, and that's her way of dealing with it. Unfortunately for her, though, the officer needs her to focus, which she seems to be having a tough time doing throughout the sobriety tests.
All right. Just wait right here. I'm gonna move my unit back just a little bit, and I got 2 more tests to administer. You feel okay walking in those shoes?
I mean, I'm just fucking upset. That's it.
You're just upset.
I'm just fucking upset. Now, like,
So, Miss Ramos, my main concern is just that you're safe to drive. Okay. Obviously, you were
I truly get it.
traveling at a high rate of speed up.
I have 3 kids.
Okay.
My baby daddy just died.
I'm sorry to hear
My
that.
best friend just said that it's just a lot. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Unfortunately for the girl, though, complaining to the officer didn't seem to sober her up at all, and she failed all 3 of her sobriety tests. So all that was left was for her to be arrested, a fitting end for what appeared to be a pretty rough night for her.
All right. So at this point, you're going to be placed under arrest for DWI, driving while under influence of intoxicating liquor and/or drugs. Just face me real quick. What's in your mouth?
Nothing.
Open it. Lift up your tongue. All right. So on my watch, 0213, okay?
But Kelly Barton made it a little easier for the cops. Not only was she seen crashing into a lamppost while transporting a special needs patient, but when police arrived, she was looking a little worse for wear.
Kelly? Yes? How are you doing? Good.
Kelly admits that she had too much to drink that evening, but doesn't admit to driving, despite it being her job. Unfortunately for her, though, security camera footage from the gas station proves that she was, in fact, behind the wheel, and is now facing charges of both DUI and neglect due to the responsibility she carried while driving with the patient. But as an ambulance pulls up to perform some tests on her, Kelly reveals that she has another trick up her sleeve, and begins repeatedly flirting with all of the officers at the scene.
Look at your hands. You want the light squad to check you, ma'am? Let them do what they gotta do. Come on, boys. Hey. I want the little young boys. Ask me how I'm feeling. Let the little young boys tell me. Let me tell you something. What I would do to you with your blue eyes. Let me check your blood sugar. Okay. Look at this. I would do him in a way that he won't admit. Hey, look. He can look tough all he wants, right? Don't let me get him.
After multiple tests, it's clear to the officers that Kelly was way over the legal limits and is arrested for driving while intoxicated. And after struggling to get her into the police vehicle, she's sent on her way to the police station. But if you think Kelly was bold for talking to cops like that, 18-year-old Skylar Fluss is on a completely different level, going so far as to post this video to thousands of people bragging about how she got away with the DUI.
I got out of a DUI and got let off with a warning.
Skylar was pulled over after an officer saw her weaving around the road in a way that suggested she might not have been completely sober. But according to her video, she claims that using her flirtatious and quick wit, she managed to trick the officer and get away with a warning.
I blew a 3.8 and he let me off with a f***ing warning and gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch. He was hot, so I'm getting lunch with him tomorrow.
If her story is true, then the officer would be in serious trouble. But luckily, the officer in question recorded the entire interaction on his body cam, and the video tells a completely different story.
Hello, my name's Deputy Stallman, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. I pulled you over because you were weaving a little bit back there. Where are you coming from?
I was coming from my friend's house. I actually just got dumped.
Okay.
So I was like crying and like I'm really
Okay. Were you on your phone and stuff too?
I was trying to call him to get a hold of him because my heart.
Come on, because
well, I'm just concerned that you were weaving because of alcohol, but if you're on your phone, have you been drinking or anything tonight?
This video come out.
The deputy then does give Skylar a card with the sheriff department's information on it, but it didn't include his personal number, and it didn't come with an invitation to dinner.
Sounds like you're having a rough night, so I'm not going to add to that by writing you a ticket or anything, okay? So I'm just going to give you a warning. It's not a big deal. I just want to make sure you're okay. You were weaving a little bit, and I just want to make sure you're okay to operate the motor vehicle, and I believe you are. So my information's right here on the front. The reason I stopped you here is on the back. Where we were headed, get there safely. And I'm sorry.
She got the Audi situation?
Okay. No, you're fine. Yeah, no, you don't need to apologize. I mean, you were weaving a little bit with no traffic out. I just want to make sure you're okay, that's all.
Skylar's video doesn't just contain disgusting footage of her laughing and bragging about exploiting this officer's kindness, but also states that she blew a 3.8 on the breathalyzer, ignoring that she wasn't even tested in the first place. The legal limit is only around 0.8.
No, it's the fact that you talking about some, I blew a 3.8. Bitch. You would have been over with. Come on, I blew a 3.8. No. Fuck on somewhere. Alright, brother, family. Look, y'all. We'll see y'all the next one. Shit. Have a good day, great week, great weekend, and a great rest of the month.